So now it's time to pull up some reports. The first one is the journal. The dates are February 1 through February 20th. So to run the journal report, we go to Reports, Accountant and Taxes, Journal. The from date is 02/01/19. The to date is 02/28/19, and then I'm going to tab to refresh. And the next set of instructions says change sort by field to date. And then I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom. And in this case, the deposit happened at the end of the month, so it's going to appear at the bottom. So notice this deposit says multiple. We want to be able to see the detail, so we're going to click the expand button up here. And now we can see all the names of the customers who wrote us a check and the amounts of the check. Notice there's a $1,440 check from Franco Films. The next set of instructions, it says important. You discover that the February 20th transaction, so let me scroll up to the February 20. So here's a February 20 transaction. So you discover that the February 20 transaction with Franco Films should have been $500 instead of $1,440. So we're going to double click this transaction. This is how most students try to fix this error. And this is a difficult error to fix, which is why I'm demonstrating how to do it. So it says that instead of $1,440, they paid us $500. So I'm changing the payment amount field, and then the payment field also needs to be the same, $500. Okay, everything looks good. So let's try to save and close and see what happens. Now this is the part where students get in trouble. You get this warning message, and a lot of students don't read carefully. So we have to read this box carefully. Notice it says you need to delete this payment from the deposit before you can edit its name or the amount. So if we wanted to change the name of the customer, or if we wanted to change the amount, which is what we're doing, it says we can't because the deposit already says that Franco Films paid us $1,440. If we changed it here, but the deposit said we got $1,440, that's a big discrepancy, and QuickBooks won't allow you to record a transaction that would cause that error. So we have to go delete that deposit and then come back and fix this transaction. So it says discard changes and continue. So I'm going to click yes. So the proper answer is yes. It's going to close a window and get rid of our changes. It's not going to save them. So what we have to do is we have to go delete the deposit, and then we can come back and fix this payment. And then after that we have to go back and redo the deposit. So to delete the deposit, we first have to find it. And the easiest way to find it is to run a journal report, find the deposit, and we need to double click the deposit. Here's the deposit. We're going to double click it to open it, and now we need to delete it. Now, a lot of students are used to having a delete button be up here for those other windows, but it's not here. So remember, you can always find delete on the edit menu. So we're going to go to edit, and we're going to choose delete deposit. The keyboard shortcut is Control-D. It says the deposit was made from some payments. Deleting it could change the payments. Do you want to delete it anyway? Yep, because we'll just come back and redo the deposit. So now it gives us a blank deposit window. So to avoid confusion, I suggest you save and close. And then notice the the deposit is gone. So now we can scroll up to the February 20th transaction. which is right here. Now I could double click it here to delete it, but usually you're not going to have a journal report open, so you just go to the customer section or the customer center. I'm going to go to the customer center. We're going to find Franco Films. Make sure we're looking at all the transactions. Here's the payment, so I'm going to double click it. And I just need to change the payment amount to 500. And then I need to change the payment to 500. I'm going to say save and close. And this time we don't get that dreaded error message. We just get a box that says, are you sure you want to change the transactions? Yep. Now the next step to fix this, now that I've corrected and saved the payment, I just need to redo the deposit. So to redo the deposit, I'm going to go to Home. And here's my Record Deposits window. Notice in the red 6 is telling us we've got 6 things to deposit. And then this window opens above the deposit, and it says, which of these do you want to deposit? All of them. Now notice the Franco Films payment, check number 1255, has been changed to 500, which is good. I'm going to say OK. And then the last thing we need to do is double check that the date is correct. And it should have been, I'm not going to sit here and click, it should be 02/28/19, tab, and there we go. We've got a $5,700 deposit. I'm going to click Save and Close. And then we're going to go back to my journal. And it needs to be refreshed. If you don't have auto refresh set up, make sure you click on refresh up here. Now I can scroll down to the deposit, and there we've successfully changed the deposit, and it includes Franco Films for 500 instead of 1,440. And that's it for opening a journal and fixing that payment and deleting the deposit and redoing the deposit.